for hours that night. They made her strip naked, handcuffed her to a chair, and nearly suffocated her with a plastic bag, prosecutors said. I mean, my God, who does this, right? Okay, hold on, dismiss. Let me scroll down here. Hey, Baked, how's it going? Ray did so as the leader of his criminal enterprise, the Ray family, and carried out the abuse to enrich himself, which makes him guilty of racketeering and conspiracy and financial crimes, the prosecutor said. Hey, Rockstar! Ray tortured Drury because she had grown close to one of her prostitution clients and berated her to focus on work, also proving his guilt on the you-know-what trafficking count. He said. In the midst of the hours-long torture session, Ray and Pollock stopped and ate hamburgers and onion rings they had ordered from a nearby Manhattan diner. I mean, this is absolutely horrifying. Hey, Rosie, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm trying to decide if I should put this back. I mean, this is just, I cannot. You know what? I'm gonna put this instead. I'm not gonna post these. So trigger warning for those that are bothered by this stuff. I'm gonna post the link in here. It has pictures from this night in here. This is the article. So if you want to look at it, you can click that and look at them. It might take you out of here or whatever. So just know that or whatever. Let me go back over to it because I'm just like, what? This happened like, several years ago. It just finally went to trial. Okay, let me get here. Okay. In her closing argument, Ray's lawyer said repeated claims that the defense team made in its opening statement, arguing the case was about a group of storytellers who embellished tales about the accused sicko. Over time, the former Sarah Lawrence students confessed to trying to poison Ray, accusations that he believed, Lennox said. Larry didn't make all of this up. Stories came from the individuals themselves. Larry didn't plant these narratives in their minds. Ray did not seek to hold the confessions over the alleged victims, as prosecutors claim, she said. Whether he was genuinely concerned about a conspiracy against him, Lennox said. I mean, seriously? I mean, what a weasel. What a weasel. Larry and his father. I thought it was his. Never mind. Over the past 4 weeks, jurors heard the testimony in several alleged victims from several alleged victims. They came up, who all came into contact with Ray when he moved into his daughter's on-campus housing in the fall of 2010. So that's what we're looking at. The former students told jurors that Ray physically and mentally abused them after accusing them of wasting his time or damaging his property. He demanded cash payments. If convicted, yeah. So that was that one. So yeah, I mean, so this is insane, y'all. This is insane. So, I mean, he's been found guilty, right? And so the reason that I wanted to come back and revisit this thing is because I realized, and this is one of those cases where I had kind of, went off my radar. I have a video buried way back that I did on this. There was a huge, if anybody can remember, let me know. Was it Vanity Fair that someone did like a major expose article and interviewed these kids and stuff? It was an amazing article. I damn near want to say short story, but obviously not fiction. And it reads like a fiction story, right? Hey Peggy, how's it going? Hey Heather Feather, what's up? It reads, excuse me, it reads like a fiction story because it's unbelievable, right? I mean, you just heard the little bits of it right here. Each story, when you go down it, you're literally okay. You know what I reckon it to? What was that? Oh my god, what was that? I'm having brain fog. I'm having brain fog. It was the not in broad daylight. It was that thing where the girl was like, my neighbor kidnapped me and my parents let him, and I was convinced that there was an alien that was doing it. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I cannot remember the name of that thing. And the dad was like, well, I was relieving him, I gave him pleasure. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It was so cringy that you were like, oh my god, what am I watching? This when you read this case like into all of it, it's the same thing. It serves the same thing. I know, right, Rockstar? I cannot remember the name of that. I cannot remember the name of that. That's gonna kill me. We need to revisit that one. It's a Netflix documentary and they did a book. And it's like that story is shocking. But this is the same way each of these kids, yeah, Alice, the neighbor who's a girl sucker and her parents knew about it. He like kidnapped her multiple times, and everyone in the family had slept with him, including the father, including the father. It was just you. I mean, you could. It was such a train wreck, and this was the same way because these kids would get up here, and you're just like listening to their story, and you're like, what? Like this guy said you wrecked his stove, and so your parents ended up giving him hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then he would do these like mock psychotherapy sessions, which really were just like torture sessions. It was messed up, y'all. It was messed up. This guy, and I'm talking about Larry Ray right now. This guy would have, yeah, that's the name, Jan. Yep. Uh, that's the name of it. This guy would have people abducted in plain sight. My God, pat yourself on the damn back, Alice. It's abducted in plain sight. If y'all have not seen that, immediately go and watch it. We might have to do another damn session on that one. Y'all, that one shocked all of us. That one shocked. And that one was difficult because honestly, and now, so I'm switching between two cases now. Now we're talking about abducted in plain sight. The thing that was difficult is because when you're listening to it, because it's a victim, Jan, I consider a victim of her parents as well as the entire circumstance because I felt like her parents put her out there. But then the story that she's also telling you is so shocking that it just gets like grazed on with like victim blaming, right? Is what I'm getting to. But then when you hear like the parent story side of it, you're like, why would you let this happen? Like, what? And then the dad sleeping with the dude too. I mean, it was just, I could not even with that entire crew. I was just like, I am so done. Um, I know, right, Peggy? It literally pissed so many of us off. I mean, that took us all out. So this, like at one point, a couple of these kids moved, like to do summer internships, or whatever. They were in different countries. Larry Ray was finagling for them to meet up and forcing them to do stuff to each other on webcam stuff for him. I mean, y'all, this guy is just, he is a piece of work. And he ended up actually kind of being with one of the girls in the dorm. Stole her like from her boyfriend or whatever. She ran off with him. It's messed up. Hey Leah, how's it going? Um Yeah, I mean, when I was watching that documentary originally, the Abducted in Plain Sight, and I remember thinking, I was like, the dad's a florist and this and that, and I'm not trying to be whatever, but the dad, my gaydar was going off with the dad, right? And I was like, okay, well, whatever, And so then when he's describing like the car scene with the neighbor dude, and I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen next? We're gonna find out, he whatever the neighbor, and then that's what he said he did. I was like, I can't even. I was screaming at the television over that one, y'all. And then again, just when it's like the umpteenth time that you let the neighbor, well, we didn't want to cause any drama when he kidnapped her, so we didn't call authorities. And like, what? It's bad. It's bad, y'all. I mean, my God. Anyways, how's everybody doing? So hopefully Lawrence Ray will be put away for the rest of his life. He didn't need to get out of prison before, doesn't ever need to see a lie dig in. He can fake that BS on the front cover that you're seeing, if him faking out. He can fake all he wants to, being sick, all that drama. It don't matter. I mean, point blank and period. Yeah, and let me look if I can see the Vanity Fair. I think it's Vanity Fair. Hold on. It's a long ass article, y'all. Pardon my French. Sarah. This is Oh, here it is. I found it. It's not Vanity Fair. I'm sorry. It's the cut. I'm going to post it. I'm approaching my article length. This is like super long, y'all. Like, there's no way I could read this whole thing here. Um, it's a very interesting article. Before charges were, I highly implore reading it. Hold on. There it is. Well, thank you, Rosie. I've had a lot of practice in the French language. Um, Now, listen. So, what we're going to do, this is going to kind of be a short live chat, but I just want to come on and talk about that article, talk about that because a lot of people were like, "Who is this? What is this?" Da, 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 da. So, I wanted to come in here tonight and kind of hang out with y'all and just, say hello and see what y'all doing. If you're some my Patreon post today, I'm like, it has been like a toe up week. Y'all, I cannot get you there. Work has been like, oh my God, if it could go wrong, it has gone wrong. Okay, I mean, it's just, oh my God, it's been bad. So I'm thankful for all of y'all for being here to keep my spirits up. Thank you very much. Um, and I just wanted to see now. Also, side note here. What is it? I posted the article on the Delphi case today, and everybody's posted stuff about read the transcripts. I'm going to go back and read those, which is thank y'all so much for that. So many times when I post stuff like this or come to these articles and things like this, and this is why I like doing these quick update things because it might be in a case that I haven't completely jumped into, but like reading it, I know a little bit about it. So I'm like, well, I want to say something about it, but then I also want to hear what the damn Sofa Squad has to say. So thank you very much. Um, um, oh, thank you, Alice. Husband's corrections officer. Oh, Peggy, I don't know if you can say or not, but like and when I say what kind, I'm not 100% familiar, but like what level of security, does that make sense? Is he like in a maximum prison? Like, what's he doing? Um, anyway, I froze. I froze. Oh no. Our table, it's broken. I've also been looking for some interesting either interviews or interrogations, if you will, or opening statements and stuff to kind of break down and analyze. So I've been looking through those. I worked heavily on my Jennifer Pan script, if you will. That's what I call it. Maximum discipline. Oh, Lord mercy. Yeah, he's seen it all. He's seen it all. He's seen some stuff. I know, Peggy. Whew, tell him that thank you for the service. Um, hey, Lisa Marie, you did not miss much. We just went over, right now, we're just kind of hanging out talking and whatnot. I went over a couple of the articles about the Sarah and Lawrence guy, the Lawrence Ray is his name, no relation to the college. Jamie Goodman, who are the judges? I know, right? That's the thing. The money that she was getting from this, I'm like, I would question the same damn thing. I'm like, where do these guys get this much money? And then for her to have to get it. And again, this house that they were doing or being at or whatever is in Pinehurst. Y'all, this is not far from here. Not far at all. 2 days free time out. Woo! Amen to that. I hear it. So yeah, so the Delphi, there's that, then the Westminster 3. And so then yes, some people, and I'm gonna do like a comment reading thing right now or whatever. But a lot of people are asking about the crime cons. So yeah, crime cons coming up. Y'all, they got some good damn people speaking this year. I mean, not that they didn't last year or anything, but there's a lot of good people speaking this year. So we're gonna go. But I'm already having y'all every time I watch the news about flights, and I'm just like, I know it. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm just like, oh my God, all it takes is somebody wanted to pop off or something, or who knows, and they're gonna cancel it. So I'm very nervous about that happening, whether it's to or from the damn crime con, right? Because obviously once you're ready to go, you're ready to go. So there's that too. and I have an announcement too. Roscoe, where is he? I think they're all in the living room. So right now, Matt has gone to a gathering with his coworkers. Matt works from home, and so he's actually not met in person a lot of these coworkers. They're kind of new. Teams have changed, that kind of thing. So he went to there. That is a very traumatic time at this house. The dogs are beside themselves, so they're all doing their little thing. I actually usually if I'm like doing a video or a live chat in here, I have the doors closed and stuff, but since Matt's not home and the dogs freak out, like, because they all need to know that I'm here or whatever. So they're all doing that. Hey, Raven Moon, how are you? I hope you're fine. So they're all hiding in there. My mom got, and when I say got, she hasn't gotten it yet, was born today, a Yorkie. And so she is so excited. She was like, it was born at 3:30 a.m. And so then I started looking. Now, don't tell Roscoe, but just out of damn curiosity, I was like, well, let's just see what's the Chihuahua market looking like? Yeah, those things are expensive. They're crazy. I was just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can't tell Roscoe. We have to whisper. He'll be pissed off at me for weeks talking about that. And my mom has two chihuahuas. My mom has two chihuahuas right now, and one of them's name is Little Bit. And he's a sweet dog, but he barks a lot. And but he's definitely like a very mama's boy, wants all the attention. I was like, he's not gonna know what to do about that. He ain't gonna know what to do about that. Oh my God, that sounds amazing, Raven. Raven's making rolled chicken tacos and homemade loco fries. That's completely where we're all headed right now. I'm just kind of reading people's comments right now and checking in. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to run. I wanted to come on here and just read that article and say, hey, and go over that, yada, yada. So there's that. I'm going to run because I'm just going to run and get some stuff done before Matt gets home. But I do appreciate everybody being here. If you're watching on the replay, go back to the beginning and check it out. But check out those links that I dropped throughout here. Read the article, check it out, do all that. Don't forget, if you just subscribe to this channel and the other one, the main channel, be on the lookout for stuff. Monday will be the next Chad Daybell book reading. I just have to be able to find time to, like I said, y'all, it's been crazy at work this week. I was supposed to have tomorrow off. I'm gonna have to go in now. It's been insane. So anyways, thanks for hanging in there with me. And that's it. I love you, Silver Squad. Thanks for bringing a smile to my face. And that's it. I will see y'all soon. Good night. Sleep tight. Oh my God, I love it. Y'all are so wonderful. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all on the flip side. I still love Visa, babies.
To hear the most chilling and horrifying story of criminal injustice towards a victim of abduction and torture. Stephanie Snow, a beautiful mother of 4, residing in Northwest Arkansas. Her nightmare began October 11th, 2020. She fell victim to an evil man, VRick Arnoldt, who stalked her and took her captive to his property in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. There, she was held captive against her will and tortured. Stephanie screamed for hours for help, screaming, "You're hurting me, let me go," over and over. But her screams went unanswered until she was forced to defend her very life against her abductor. Not understanding why neighbors who heard these screams went unanswered, revealed one neighbor filed a protective order against VRick Arnoldt for fear of his life and property. This could answer why the neighbors that heard her screaming for help for hours didn't call authorities. Their lives could also be in danger. VRick Arnoldt made it very clear no one was welcome on his property, stating on the front gate that, "If you open my gate, prepare to meet your maker. Read or bleed." A neighbor says he has heard screams of other women coming from Arnold's property many times in the past, but law enforcement did not and has never looked for the bodies of missing women on his property. Stephanie cried to her family that they need to look in the woods, meaning for other women. If you have a missing loved one, we encourage you to get in touch with the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department and encourage them to investigate this property for bodies or items of missing individuals. It is unknown if Arnold or his family has any political connections with law enforcement, but it would seem that there is more than meets the eye. Arnold had several cages his property with rebar doors, all locks on the outside, trees throughout his property with chains and ropes around them. Women's undergarments were thrown into an old freezer, including Stephanie's, with writing on the outside of the freezer, "Don't ask." A dungeon was dug out from the ground behind his trailer with a heavy wire cage in front. One of the most chilling and horrifying scenes was a one-room shed with no windows, one lone chair, and a heavy front door with a lock on the outside. He had drawn self-portraits of demons and sadistic writings of who he was. Evil. After finally freeing herself from her torturer, Stephanie called the authorities for help. She was so emotionally devastated that she sobbed uncontrollably, crying on the phone for 15 minutes before she was able to even identify herself to the 911 operator. Stephanie told the 911 dispatcher, "He was going to kill me." When the authorities arrived, Stephanie thought she had finally been delivered out of the horror. But the nightmare continued, and so began a new chapter. Instead of rescuing Stephanie Snow from this sadistic torturer, the Cherokee County Sheriff and deputies arrested Stephanie Snow. She sits in jail to this day, almost 2 years, being held by the Cherokee County criminal justice system. She hasn't been allowed to see her family or any visitors for 18 months. Why is the county district attorney, Jack Thorpe, and law enforcement protecting a monster like this and brutalizing the victim? Why have they refused to investigate this clear case of self-defense against a sadistic man? Our children and women will never be safe or protected as long as we have this type of criminal injustice. Please, we need your voice and your action. Find more information and how you can help at www.justiceforstephaniesnow.com. Please, your voices can help right this incredible wrong. Please share this video with everyone, news media, politicians, social media, friends, women's advocacy groups. Thank you for your support.